Hey, what's up? This is Big Lee with Hustler Spirit. I'm here sitting down talking to Fleece. What's up, Fleece?
How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing pretty good. You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm getting through things, man. The other day ago, man, I felt a little embarrassed while I was doing an interview. I started crying, man. Got emotionally messed up, like, and I don't like crying, man. Where I come from, you don't cry. It's a sign of weakness, I thought. In penitentiary, you do that stuff, you gonna get whooped and beat and taken advantage of. And, so when I came out with a certain hardness. I cried about in prison. I thought I was all cried out. I got the news that my mom, she was getting ready to die from cancer. She wasn't even dead, but I cried hard.
While you was in prison?
Yeah. I was allowed to call her and talk to her and stuff. And matter of fact, she told me, promise me, you get out, you're going to be a good man. You're going to be a good man in society, good man to your wife, good man here and there. I said, Mama, she said, boy, I'm about ready to die. I'm just asking you. I said, I promise, I'm a word. She handed the phone back to my sister. She said, Mama died. So when I come out in society, man, and see all what's going on out here, and I'm under restraints. I can't do what I used to do. I can't respond to negative behavior with negative behavior. I can't, fight. And I gotta walk away, bite my lip a lot. Learn how to survive out here without the commission of committing crimes and stuff, right? And it gets me so... I see what y'all going through now, and it built up in me so hard, I couldn't hold it back, man. I cried, and I apologized to all my fans, man. Yeah, I cried. Hey, I want to say this to all my fans, to whoever watches these interviews. The man I am at the moment, since I've been out of penitentiary, has been a modern citizen out here in society. Loved by everywhere I go, by all people. Religious, non-religious, white, black, Mexican, Latinos. I'm loved, and the things that I did in prison, I don't do out here. Embarrassing. We in two different societies, right? In the prison, it's like a different world than out here. In there, a lot of things are acceptable. Society zero tolerance to. So when I make the transition from penitentiary back to the free world, I leave the prison stuff in prison. I want y'all to know that, first of all. I don't do no spitting, shitting nobody down, or cussing, or talking filthy, no manners at the table, wiping my mouth with the back of I don't do none of that. I'm real polite and respectful out here. I'm somebody that you can sit and have a conversation with and feel good about it. I don't come with the bitter taste, putting it in people's mouth, talking about other people. I socialize on a good level, professional. And so I respect all people. Matter of fact, as a white woman, she does a lot of scrapping. And I used to see her all the time with all this stuff she pick up from alleys and stuff, put on the back of her truck. So the other day, she came out with some great big old car tires, rolling one. Tried to pick it up, couldn't put it on the back of the truck, and I'm way across the street. But the man I am now, I went over and said, you need some help? She said, yeah, they heavy. I picked it up, put the other one on there. I help a lot of older people, white people, black people. But I want y'all to know that when I'm talking about prison, I'm telling you about things that I did when I was in there. These is not the things I do out here. No. Matter of fact, let me be a little bit more frank. I condone all that. Right now, the man I am, I can't even believe that I was that person, but I was and I accepted. You know, I was molded into that. You know, that androgynous, you know. That's what happens when you fight back. The only way you can fight evil, if you ain't doing it according to the gospel of Jesus, you fight evil. You got to do evil to fight evil. I mean, think of it. A lot of people is doing it now. You cuss them, they cuss you back. Y'all done did the same thing. You using evil to fight evil. See, I'm on a different level out of here. I use goodness, love, and kindness to get my way through. I'm not trying to get through with violence, being disrupted, disrespectful, and conniving. I don't do it. I want y'all to know it. Yeah, I remember the day when I got out of prison. You know, when I was in prison, they here in Kentucky, they stopped smoking in the prison system. Took out all the cigarettes because one of our prisons here in Kentucky, inmates allegedly set on fire. It burnt down. So coffee became the next best thing to a cigarette. Everybody started drinking coffee, thick. So when I got out of prison, I still had it in me, that desire for that coffee. So I said, I need to find me a coffee shop. And I'm trying to get along with people out here. I'm not in prison no more. So I go in this coffee shop, and I used to go in there all the time. So one day, this white dude come in there, sat down beside me. He said, hi. I looked at him real hard first, like. He said, how you doing? I went on and spoke, man. I don't need being mean. I said, I'm doing fine, and you? He said, great. So he heard a discussion between me and the people in there that owns the place about the coffee. I wanted Ethiopian coffee. They said they was out of it, real coffee beans. He said they out of it, so he said, we got Kenya. So this white dude spoke up. He said, they out of your coffee? I said, yeah. He said, what can? I said, Ethiopian. He said, is that the can in a tall, thin cup? See, I ain't catch it at first, right? Because, the Ethiopians, they tall and thin. I was thinking about, I said, no. He said, so what can you gonna get? I said, I told him, go and give me the Kenya. And, over there, them guys from Kenya, them the ones be running in the Olympics. So he holler. I said, yeah, Kenya. He said, oh, is that the can that runs through you fast? I said, hey, look here, Billy. I said, hey, man, you got a problem? What are you, a racist? But he wasn't a racist, and he was just silly. And we had a good conversation, man. We used to hang out too, man, but he is a nut. I liked it. I had some good moments since I've been out here in society, though. A lot of good moments, man, because, I spent so much of my life in prison, my childhood, and I wanted to see things. I still ain't got to go to the zoo yet. Boy, it's going to bring so much childhood out of me, man. Going to the zoo. People keep promising me, hey, we'll take you to the zoo sooner or later. I never get a chance to go. But I done had some enjoyable time out here. You know, I have wished and fantasized in prison, you know, to be a family man out here. What is it like, you know, to pay bills, you know, have grandkids running around, other kids, and what would that be like? 'Cause, you know, I ain't have no kids, you know, prison took all that. And I mean, I can have kids now, but, you know, the woman I'm with, she's 68, she's beyond that age where women have children. So, but all kids adore me, man. And it's rough, man. And now I know how my parents felt when I'm out there doing bad, or they got to correct me, and because I find myself doing it now, you know, trying to teach kids and raise them. See, I was sitting here reminiscing about the times that, you know, I came close to death in the penitentiary. And one particular time I was at the North Point Training Center, and Harpoon, that was his name, officer, white, nasty, racist. You know, true enough, I'm raising Cain, beating on the door, cussing them, throwing my food tray, and they running in on me. You know, they running, when they tell you to back up and get handcuffed, they'll pull you out and rough you up. So if you're a tough inmate, you won't back up. But 90% of the inmates back up, yeah. But me, I take pride in telling them, come on in here. And then they'll spray the mace. They'll step back and say, one more time, get handcuffed. I say, come in. And they'll stick the mace through there and spray it all in there and shut the flap. Give it about 30 times to try to bring tears out of your eyes. And they standing outside the door, about 8 of them, with riding heels, a big old billy clubs, bulletproof vest looking stuff, a big old electric shield. They said, open this door. Then they run in, they be swinging the sticks and all this stuff. This Harpoon, they got the bed, it's like it's a steel bed, and it goes up, it hooks up on the wall, so it's pressed to the wall, but the steel is thin, it goes up to the wall, and you know, that's how they got it bolted to the wall and stuff. A steel flank. My neck is laying on his flank, man. This white racist is got his knee, everything. He's trying to push, and I locked my neck where hey, look, it was a flank. Just picture my neck laying like this. This man is pushing, and they trying to strap me down, you know. And I said, man, stop struggling, because the more I struggle, the more they gonna do it. So I just froze and locked my neck like that. And he putting his knee, everything. If I had unlocked my neck, it would have been broke. But you know what? I said, I'm gonna get him. You know, I'm sick of this. So here's what happened. They left. I said, man, he tried to kill me. This racist white tried to kill me, man. So, they say, Johnson, we gonna take you up. You know, they had me 4-pointed. My hands and stuff was strapped to the bed and all this. They took me up. They said, you gonna stay out of trouble? I said, yeah. They said, we'll give you a mattress maybe tomorrow. I ain't say nothing. I just want them to take the straps off for me. You know what you just did to me? I'm gonna act this seafood. You came at me wrong. They took it off for me. So they said, get his hands like that. I said, okay. So they said, get him off the bed, lift me up. I'm handcuffed behind the back. So they walked me to the door. Took one handcuff off. And when they was getting ready to go get the other one, I snatched and pulled it in and cut his arm. But check this out. They had to go right back out there and get ready to get suited up all over again. They had to go take a breather. I'm ready. They said, give us the handcuffs. I said, come and get it. Come and get this weapon. So I started trying to straighten it out because I'm going to use it. I'm going to protect me. You man try to kill me, man. But look, you remember I told y'all I was going to get him? I'm going to tell it to you like this, and you read between the lines. Here's what happened. When they came back, they said, please, Johnson, come up to the door now. I said, come and get me. When they came in there, I met him halfway. So I'm talking about the electric shields popping out electricity. You know, I'm getting around it. I do like that. I know how to go of myself from, if you let it touch you, you're going to get electrocuted. It comes like in a curl. My defense on that, I lock my arm like that. I'm locking both ends, preventing the center from even touching me. I lock in on them like they couldn't understand it. They got this thing full blast. And I'm locking it like that. But here's how I got them. Next thing you know, the whole room is smoky. You can't see nothing. They say there's a fire somewhere. Where is it? Where's the smoke coming from? So I went out and pushed it, and they started coughing. It was thick, you know. Then you can hear all the inmates on the wall. Get us out of here. We're gonna die. All that stuff. So I grabbed two of them. I said, y'all ain't going nowhere. Y'all want to run in here? And they were swinging. I'm talking about this. So I let my hands go, and I threw some. Like, no, you ain't going nowhere. So one of them got loose. I slammed the other one on the ground. I said, yeah, dial, smoke, inhalation, boy, pump, all this stuff. And they came, someone ran back in there and grabbed him by the feet. They were dragging both of us out. So I ain't say nothing. They got a back door right there in the guard tower. They was out there coughing, all that stuff. The whole unit was smoking. I came out the back door laughing. And guess what? They tried to charge me with arson. But you know what messed it up? Every one of them had a different statement. One of them said, did you see him light anything? He said, no. What happened? They said, we found a blanket and 50 rolls of toilet paper off the roll under the bed. And so we know he said it. Then one of them said, we didn't know. One of them said, I don't know who said it. So it was conflicting their testimony. They threw it out. But you know what? They didn't run in there no more. Yeah. Sure didn't. I stopped that shit. Yeah, nothing I want to talk about. I don't, I'm not the type that I used to think I was born different because I don't catch flus and colds like the normal people. I might catch a cold when I was 10 and never catch another one until I'm 50. Stuff like that. So I'm not no in and out of the hospital on the doctors or nothing. I had a good health through my life. But when I was in prison doing all that fighting, and them fighting, we started fighting nasty. So like I said, I don't want no charge or go and run into my cell and find a knife that I made. I mean, what can you have a knife, first of all? They gonna find it. My weapon was duty. I done told y'all that. So one day, I'm in my cell and the walls had holes in them about that big. You know, holes in each wall go all the way, you know, everybody's wall had a hole in it. That's how we talk and hold each other. Like if somebody come in next door to me, I knock on the wall. I say, who is that? He'll say, it's Ron, man. I said, come to the hole, dog. And I take the paper out of the hole and I look through there like this. I said, man, what they lock you up for? You know, we'll talk. So one day, the cell next to me was empty. They put this goofy, punk white boy in there. He made a pole. Now, I'm gonna get some paper. I'm gonna show you how we make poles in there and make extensions. If I had some notebook paper, I'll make you one. But I'm gonna show you. You take a piece of paper and take the end and you roll it all the way up. Lick it, stick it, roll another one and attach it to it and attach another one. And you got a fishing pole. That's what we call fishing poles in prison. Well, what I didn't know is this punk. And every time I think of it, I get mad because it takes me back there. I get mad for real. He made a pole and put some Scotch tape on it. I had a couple books of stamps sitting on my table. He seen it when he looked through the hole. He saw my table. You can see a person's cell. Now, you can't see me sleeping in the bed, but you can see my cell. So he was stuck the pole through there and was trying to let the Scotch tape pick up my stamps. And see, the pole bent. He didn't make his pole right because it was going in a loop and it broke, bent, and hit me. So now I'm pissed. So I say, hey, bitch, I got something for you.
Did he have the stamps on it?
Yeah. He didn't get it through the hole, though, but it did pick the stamp up. I snatched the pole, and so I went and got my bottle of duty, stuck it through the hole, and squirted it. It's called shitting his cell down. And he was like, get me out of here. Oh, it stinks. It stinks. I said, I'm going to do it.
Hold on. So his bed was right up under the hole, too, like yours on the other side?
Huh?
His bed was right up under the hole?
Yeah, like here's the wall.
Yeah.
My bed is here.
Yeah.
His bed is there.
That's what I'm saying. So when you squirt the duty through there, it landed on his bed.
Yeah, all that. You know, he gonna get it. He's getting duty, man. So I had so much hatred in me at that point, man. And then he tried to plug his hole up with toilet paper. You wet your toilet paper and take a toothbrush and try to plug the hole up, right? So my job is to knock that hole out and keep squirting.
Wait, what?
Well, we know the same thing, a toothbrush hole. You know, a toothbrush. And as I made the hole was, you know, like a toothbrush holder. As I ran that hole was that you can look in. So I'm squirting, man. And duty everywhere, man. And I said, here, I got some more for you. And then that stuff got all over my hands and stuff, right? And stuff, I ain't think nothing about it, you know. And for 3 days, I was getting him. And he was, oh, please take me out of here, officer. So one night, certain officer come through. He said, "No, I'm not putting up with this stinky mess." So they handcuffed me to put me on another walk, right? And separate me. And so I go over, and so they had showers. They had showers at night. And I came out, and this lieutenant, Neil, good lieutenant, good white man. He said, "How you doing, Fleece?" I said, "How you doing, Lieutenant?" He said, "I'm doing fine. Staying out of trouble?" I said, "Nope." I go take my shower and come out. He said, "Come here." He said, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "Nothing." He said, "Your skin has a yellowish, you know, your eyes yellowish and stuff." He said, "I think you coming down with something." I said, I ain't been able to eat. So he called a nurse over there. That's the same nurse, this bitch that I threw some shit on. So she tried to act nasty again. Saying, ain't nothing wrong with him. I took his blood pressure and his vitals. They normal. He said, "I don't have to take his blood pressure vitamin. I can look at him and tell something's wrong with him." So she was trying to kill me too. I said, they want to go through this again?
Is that where you got the hepatitis from?
Yeah. So the lieutenant went to cross the street to the warden's house.
Hold on real quick. Whose duty was it?
It was mine. But do you know how, look, when you move in a cell, every hole already been a shithole. Everybody that done been in that hole, you got everybody's duty in this hole. Everybody. Nobody ever cleans them out, right? All you do is lubricating, and you know, it hardens up and it sticks up, but when you start wetting it back, it comes back out, right?
Oh, Lord.
And so they took me to Lewis Hospital. The warden, a lieutenant went to the warden's house and talked to him personally, and he said take him over and let him check it. So they took me to the hospital, a doctor come in there. And remember, that nurse tried to kill me. So he said, it's hepatitis B. He said, "You came perfect at the right time." He said, we're going to put you on a high protein, high calorie diet. You know, he said, all that is you're going to eat a lot of food. The more you eat, the more you will, you know, go to the bathroom, and what you using, getting out of you is the bacteria. I said, "Thank you. How long would I be on it, sir?" He said, "You would be on a high protein calorie diet for at least 8 months." I said, "So what's that mean?" He said, "The prison got to feed you whatever you ask for. That's my recommendation and my orders." And the lieutenant said, "Thank you. I'll take that back to the warden." So when they brought me back, they had orders that, you know, all my clothes and stuff got to be washed different from everybody else's, right? Separate, you know. And so they moved me to the inmate prison hospital. Remember the doctor's orders. Clean food, whatever I asked for. So I'm down there in the hospital. First time in my life ever being in a hospital. You know, overnight. And I had nurses walking back and forth I go to the little slot, a nurse, when y'all gonna feed me? And they ignore me. And then when they finally brought me some food, it was cold, not cooked. I said, you know what? They trying to worsen this in me. They gonna try to worsen it. But you know what? I'm not staying down here. And since they say I got hepatitis, which the doctor said, you know, I came at a right time, you know, I can get rid of this easy, right? It ain't bad. But they think it is. So I'm going to use it to my advantage. So what I did is, I said when I use the bathroom, I'm going to take his stuff. I'm going to save it first. I'm going to have a whole lot of it. Because they were scared to come in my room and stuff. And I said, I'm going to throw it all over this hospital and say I'm going to contaminate it and see what they think about it. Since they want to feed me some cold food, take my life. Man, I went off and I did just that. But I took the hospital.
You duty the whole hospital down?
Yeah. But here's how I did it. The hospital bed, one you roll, got wheels. I worked on houses, demo houses. I know what type of brick was right there. It's the type of brick where, you know, the brick with the hole in the middle.
The cement blocks?
Cement block.
Mm-hmm.
Easy to knock through. I told a big speaker pole out of the intercom pole off the wall first and was jabbing the wall, and it went right through there. I said, I can tear this down. I took the bed and ran into that wall twice. And the guard that was working, his name was Roscoe. He's supposed to be tough, gray-headed, punk running around with a billy club and all this shit. Man, when I came through, I knocked that whole wall down. The bed is sitting out there in the hallway. I got a big old bucket of duty. All this. I said, yeah, they want to act nasty. Huh. Reaching out and start throwing it up at the ceiling. The hardest part. There's no place you would rather try to not wipe duty off as the ceiling.
With the ceiling tiles?
Man, it's going to drip on you every time you try to wipe. Yeah. You're going to get tore up.
That's horrible.
And so you hit all the ceilings, and then they got this room where the medication room, where they got all the pills that they got every inmate's prescription. They open that room. And Roscoe, he ran. He was the only one going in the hospital. He ran around the corner. He's on the radio. He's loose, he's out, he's turning it up down here, all this stuff. And so I chased him all around the hospital. And then I broke into that room when they got all the pills and stuff at. I said, this is gonna kill him out. Cause the inmates gonna go crazy. They gonna be like, I want my medicine, everybody gonna demonstrate. I'm gonna force them to fight. So I went and tore all this stuff. I was stomping all this stuff. So the door, Roscoe, you can only come in the hospital from Roscoe got to open the door. It's a big steel door. He got to open a panel, stick his key in there, and pop the door. Then there's a fence gate. Roscoe got to open this gate, then go to that gate and open. That's the only way they can get inside the hospital. So them guards is beating on the window and stuff, trying to get my attention. Calm down, Fleece. There's guards out there that feel that they can talk to me. You know, my guards, the one that give me cigarettes and stuff. On a time like this, I got to listen to them. They gonna still give me cigarettes and stuff. They'll cut me off, right? Favor for favor. So they asked me for a favor. Please come here. So I went over. He said, let him open the door. He said, I'm gonna come in by myself. I'm gonna handcuff you, bro. We're gonna take you over to 3 cell house. Because the man running 3 cell house is Bobby Waters, a black man. He's tough. Black people can do jobs, white people can't. This black man here will fight you scraps for scraps. He's good, but not real good. I was better. So I let him do it, and they take me to 3 cell house. I get a shower and all this stuff. Bobby Waters come to see me. He said, look, I got the doctor's order. I talked to the warden, to the food administrator. They said anything you want is what you get that they serving. He said if they got eggs on and bacon or sausages, if you want 50 sausages, they got to give it to you. If you want, I said, is that right? He said, yeah. I said, boy, I'm gonna make a killing out of this. So I will order, they said, we got pancakes on, how many you want? I said, I want 40. Then girls hate it, like, cause they like feeding us strap. Here's your food. And we be like, man, put some more food on. But now I got them. They said, how many? I said 40. And I want 100 sausages. So they say, I'm not giving it, man. I'm not giving. Yeah, you are. Are you gonna lose your job?
So with different days, you order different meals. Cause one time you said you ordered 21.
Yeah, I order different stuff. You know, that's the highest I ever got. I'm going to the highest. You know, but they said if we see you trying to give this to other inmates, you know, the guys that's starving, we gonna stop it. I said, you can't stop it. So, kiss my butt, all right? Bring what I asked for. And then they said, hey, Fleece, they got country fried steak on for dinner. How many you gonna get? I said, 100. They said, no. And I was share with the inmates. Everybody got fed. But you know, my waistline went all the way from 30 to a 42. You know, cause I got to eat and eat and eat and eat. And next thing I know, I'm a 52, I'm a butterball. So it was all over, everything was over, the stuff was gone, everything, live a normal life. You can even have babies, all this, they tell me. Them girls were so good to hear it because I'm still trying to order, bring me 50, bring me 100. They said, that's over, man, you don't get nothing else. You get the regular food now. So I said, okay. Now I gotta work his weight off for me. I told y'all once before.
So was you fat and sloppy at that point? Or what?
Man, I was real big. I had to roll out of bed and get out of bed on one knee. That type of stuff. But let me tell you, I told y'all once before, and it's documented, I went 21 days without eating. 21 days. I went from 198 to 132 pounds in 21 days. I didn't eat nothing. So I know how strong I am. So it took me about 7 months to work all that weight off of me and work it off in a way to where it won't flab or, you know, leave no flabs or wrinkles. You know, I'm exercising through the whole process, right? And so I worked it out for me. But it happened. So did.